gosh, look at the crowd.
Come this way.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Welcome to LMD News.
I'm Sandesh Bartlett.
And I'm Ashwini Vedakar. We begin with a look at the COVID-19 situation in the island.
The total number of COVID-19 infected patients in the island currently stands at 50,899, with the total number of recoveries reaching 43,747. And the total number of deaths now stand at 251.
Dr. Palita Abekon, appointed the WHO's special envoy to coordinate the COVID-19 response in Southeast Asia, has stated that a new COVID-19 testing method is being developed, which provides quick results that are as accurate as the PCR test. The government has taken steps to conduct COVID-19 tests in crowded places located across the country. These tests will be carried out where crowds gather, such as markets, fish stalls, and other public spaces. COVID-19 tests will continue to be conducted on people leaving the Western province at exit points.
Furthermore, the government of Sri Lanka has decided to establish COVID-19 treatment centers surrounding the hotels where tourists are staying. Tourists who are confirmed positive for the virus will be referred for treatment at these centers where they must bear the costs.
An announcement to our viewers. Those who require information or have complaints regarding the quarantine process should call 011 309 0502 or 113. Should call 011 309 0502 or 113. And now for a roundup of local news. With at least 31 MPs identified as close associates of those who have already tested positive for COVID-19 to date, Parliamentary Sergeant at Arms Narendra Fernando said PCR tests will be conducted on Parliament staff and MPs who consent. Earlier this week, members of Parliament such as Rauf Hakeem and Vasudeva Nanayakkara tested positive for the novel coronavirus.
The Daily Mirror notes that British-born financier and member of the Rothschild family, Nathaniel Rothschild, arrived in Sri Lanka for a brief visit. He is the heir apparent to the centuries-old European banking dynasty and the only son of Jacob Rothschild, the fourth Baron Rothschild. He is expected to meet a few leading local businessmen and corporate leaders in Colombo.
Beijing has responded positively to a request made by the government last week for cooperation in regards to vaccines developed by China, a spokesperson said. The spokesman also noted that 9 million people in China had received the jabs and those vaccines were being used in 10 countries including Brazil, Turkey and Indonesia.
India will donate a consignment of COVID-19 vaccines being manufactured there by the end of this month as a gesture of goodwill between the two countries.
Moving on to business news, during a cabinet media briefing held on Wednesday, it was revealed that Sri Lanka's debt repayments for 2020 stands at $6.9 billion. The Prime Minister, in his capacity as the Minister of Finance, has informed the cabinet that of the total repayments to be made this year, $5.4 billion will be allocated for loan installments, while $1.5 billion will be interest payments. The government has also taken a decision not to obtain foreign loans for large-scale development projects, stating that moving forward such infrastructure development projects will be based on public-private partnerships and that they would use the build, operate, own transfer model. Airport Council International on Monday recognized the Bandaranaike International Airport's commitment to prioritizing health and safety measures in accordance with the International Civil Aviation Organization Council's Aviation Recovery Task Force recommendations, and in alignment with the ACI Aviation Business Restart and Recovery Guidelines with industry best practices.
First Capital Research estimates that Sri Lanka's GDP would see its steepest contraction in 2020 of 5.8%. and a gradual recovery of 2.8% in 2021. According to First Capital's January 2021 pre-policy analysis, the government's key drive is development-oriented economic growth, which is spelled out through Budget 2021 and is in the process of changing the economy's gears from a recovery phase to an expansion phase. The continuing poor performance of rubber plantations could pull down the entire industry in the future, including manufacturers who are making steady progress unless new strategies are conceptualized. Sri Lanka Association of Manufacturers and Exporters of Rubber Products Director General Rohan Mas Korala stated that with the fall in production and productivity of rubber plantations, manufacturers are forced to import over 50% of the natural rubber required for their products.
And now for a roundup of global news.
As of this week, the total number of global COVID-19 infected patients currently stands at 93 million, with the number of recoveries surpassing 66 million.
Taiwan's Minister of Health and Welfare on Wednesday reported the island had confirmed its first case of the South African variant of the coronavirus. The people had been to Taiwan's only African ally country, Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland.
Pre-departure COVID-19 testing will be required for everyone travelling from the UK from today. People arriving by plane, train or boat, including UK nationals, will have to take a test up to 72 hours before leaving the country they are in, while all those arriving from places not on the government's travel corridor list must still self-isolate for 10 days.
A coronavirus vaccine developed by China's Sinovac Biotech has been found to be 50.4% effective in Brazilian clinical trials. According to the latest results released by researchers, it shows the vaccine is significantly less effective than previous data suggested, barely over the 50% needed for regulatory approval.
Tesla has moved closer to its launch in India later this year by registering a company in the country. Tesla Motors India and Energy was incorporated last week with registered offices in Bengaluru.
The UN World Food Programme is warning of a looming humanitarian crisis in southern Madagascar, caused by 3 consecutive years of drought and a recession triggered by the coronavirus pandemic. The WFP says more than 1.3 million Malagasys are expected to suffer from food insecurity.
Wrapping things up, we look at the world of sport. The English cricket team will likely play 17 tests in a hectic 2021, starting against Sri Lanka before playing 4 tests in India, a full home summer, and the small matter of the Ashes in Australia next winter. The focus throughout the year will be on the Ashes.
Australian batsman Steve Smith says he is shocked and disappointed at suggestions that he deliberately scuffed the crease during the last match against India. The former captain was seen on the stump camera scraping the crease with his boot during a drinks break. Smith denied accusations he was deliberately removing the marks used to guide India's batsmen at the crease.
In the world of tennis, Britain's Francesca Jones is through to the final round of the Australian Open, qualifying with victory over Yana Fett. She will play China's Lu Jiangjing, ranked at number 200 globally, in the 3rd qualifying round for a place in her first Grand Slam main draw.
And finally, Tour de France winner Tadej Pogačar has taken part in the first collective vaccination against COVID-19 in sports, says his UAE Team Emirates outfit. The team took a newly approved vaccine trial in the United Arab Emirates. Pogačar, 22, won the Tour in September following one of the most dramatic finishes in the race's history. That's all the news we have for you this week.
Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Thank you for watching.
And stay safe.